We thank Al-Mustafa for honoring the date, the late Dr. Anas Kaliisa, and to give us a chance to come and show up here as a way of recognizing his services, not only here, the country and the world at large. A few minutes just to give a summary of narrative without giving examples. The person, if I knew that he would be here, he would be the right person to talk about Dr. Anas Kaliisa. Lucky enough, he's our chief guest. Sheikh Ali Waiswa, I don't think that in this house, including me, is there anybody that knows Anas Kaliisa other than him. They studied together. They were sleeping in the same room at the Islamic University of Medina. When they came here, introducing themselves to the world, whoever got married, one would be the best man of the other. So that's how they have been up to today. And I'm so privileged and happy to see that he's the one here to make sure that we briefly talk about Doctor when he's the one present. Briefly, Dr. Anas Kaliisa was a highly respected Ugandan Islamic scholar, educator, and community leader whose influence extended across multiple sectors. His contributions to the family, community, Muslim society, and the nation were both profound and far-reaching. Number one, education background. Dr. Anas Kaliisa, education was foundation to his influence and accomplishments. This blend of religious and secular education equipped him with a unique perspective, enabling him to bridge traditional Islamic scholarship with modern academic principles. His academic achievements made him a highly respected scholar and positioned him as an influential advisor and consultant in various institutions, including Uganda's Constituent Assembly in 1994, where he provided critical insights into religious and cultural considerations for the nation's legal framework. Number two, contribution to the family. Dr. Kaliisa was known for his dedication to family values and for setting an example for compassion, respect, and integrity. He instilled strong Islamic values and a commitment to education within his family, emphasizing the importance of knowledge, faith, and service. His guidance and leadership within his family inspired generations to pursue education, spirituality, and community service. Number three, community impact. We are narrating, not giving an example, just use like a few minutes, like 5 minutes. Dr. Kaliisa was a beloved figure within his local community. He played a pivotal role in promoting social cohesion, addressing local issues, and uplifting people through his teachings. He organized various charitable activities and programs aimed at supporting vulnerable members of society, helping to improve the lives of many in need. His community work was widely recognized, making him a revered leader and a symbol of hope. He established several organizations to uplift those in need, notable among these Salam Charity and House of Zakah, which were some of his last projects. These organizations continue to support vulnerable individuals and families by providing financial aid, educational resources, and basic needs, and scoring his lifelong dedication to charity and social justice. Number four, Muslim society. As a dedicated Islamic scholar and leader, Dr. Kaliisa was instrumental in promoting unity and understanding within Muslim community. His efforts were focused on bridging divides, advocating for peace, Sheikh Waiswa is a witness, and encouraging the Muslim society to play an active role in national development. Through his work, he aimed to to reduce marginalization and foster a sense of shared identity and purpose among Muslims in Uganda. His influence inspired Muslims to live for Islamic principles and to contribute positively to the larger society. Number 5, as we are about to wind up, contribution to the nation. Dr. Kaliisa's influence extended to national affairs, where he worked tirelessly to advocate for peace, security, and development. He served as an advisor on matters of Islam and cultural understanding, which helped to shape policies and foster a more inclusive society. His efforts contributed to national unity as he promoted the role of Muslims as Uganda's social and economic progress. Dr. Kaliisa was also involved in interfaith dialogue, working with the leaders of different religious communities to promote mutual respect and peaceful coexistence. Number 6, international influence and advisory role. Dr. Kaliisa's expertise extends beyond Uganda. Internationally, he was a respected member of International Islamic Fiqh Academy, with its headquarters, I think, in Jeddah, one of the most prominent Islamic organizations, and served as an advisor to multiple global organizations. His voice was trusted to issues of Islamic jurisprudence and community development, establishing him as a figure of guidance in the broader Islamic world. One of his remarkable international contributions was his courageous work in the 1970s, when he transported copies of the Quran to Russia at a time when religious practices were heavily restricted in those countries. Number 7, education and academic pursuit. Dr. Kaliisa was a strong advocate for education and life learning. He established schools and other educational institutions that have benefited thousands of students, both Muslims and people of other faiths. Through these efforts, he aimed to empower youth with knowledge, skills, and a stronger moral foundation. His emphasis on academic achievement and Islamic studies encouraged the young generation to pursue higher education and contribute to their communities. He also authored several works of Islamic scholarship and contributed to a research and academic discussion, making him a highly respected figure in the educational sector. As we wind up on the issue of dawah briefly, a passionate Dai, Dr. Kaliisa devoted much of his life to dawah, spreading Islamic teachings and fostering understanding between Muslims and other faiths. His gentle and persuasive approach to dawah helped many Ugandans, both within and outside the Muslim community, gain a better understanding of Islam. He led various dawah initiatives, organized lectures, and was frequent speaker at religious events, spreading message of peace, compassion, and spiritual enlightenment. His work in dawah not only strengthened the faith of Muslims, but also dispelled misconceptions, creating a more harmonious environment. Number 9, publications and contribution to Islamic literatures. Dr. Kaliisa was passionate about making Islamic teachings accessible to Ugandans, and his work in publishing and translation reflects this. Over his lifetime, he assisted many scholars in publishing their works. There is no at any particular moment I would reach Dr. Kaliisa's table, I don't find the books he's proofreading, not less than 15 books of most of you who are seated here. In 1980s, he assisted his esteemed teacher, Maulana Sheikh Abdulrazak Matovu, the teacher of our deputy mufti seated there, to translate the first Ruganda Quran, which remains the standard referred for Ugandans, Islamic translations. Dr. Kaliisa later completed a translation of the Quran in Irunyakitara, which is there at the entrance. When I saw it, I was so excited, under the leadership of Sheikh Abdunoor Kaduyu, further expanding access to Islamic teachings. Lastly, it is the advocacy for social justice and rights. Through his life, Dr. Kaliisa advocated for social justice, equity, and human rights, especially focusing on marginalized and disadvantaged groups. His commitment to justice was evident in his lectures and preaching within the Ugandan community and beyond, as he championed the rights of the underrepresented and spoke out against injustices. His advocacy work helped to bring attention to key issues affecting Ugandans, making him a respected voice on matters of social injustice. On behalf of the family, all Ugandans, and on my own behalf, I extend our sincere gratitude to Al-Mustafa University for really extending and appreciating the work of Dr. Anas Kaliisa. This is very, very important. And through this audience, Mr. MC, whom I have liked for the rest of my life, you see it is the MCs that make functions. It is not as speakers. It is you people. Thank you very much. I would appreciate you later. I have seen some skills that are beyond other speakers that stand in front of us. I request our chief guest, through you, that things seem to be changing in the way the dawah is being transmitted for us, the onlookers. And when to reach in media, for us, we have a wider eye. But we have observed that the group of Sheikh Waiswa, maybe from 65 to 80, it is my own request, not forming any association. I know you might be having one. Those people of 1970 to 1980, the likes of Sheikh Abdulkarim Musoke, the likes of Sheikh Walukaga, the likes, you see those people, they were educated in the same institutions as the current are educated, but we don't know how things are changing. The way these people bring out issues is not the way issues are being brought by the current prominent speakers. On my own initiative, my request to my elder brother, please mobilize those people. Not to come and do anything, but once a month, maybe in a quarter, sit somewhere in a room, take tea, converse, just aimlessly. You hold a very big, dignified position. These are the people that do not mislead the community. They don't abuse anybody. The way they speak to community is quite different. Please look for those people. We are just requesting him to give us a chance to look for them, not to form, because when you come and start forming this small association, it might be another division, which some of us we are tired of. And we appreciate the role and the work the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council is doing to make sure that they bring us together once again, and it will happen, inshallah. So that is my request to Your Eminence, that your team is still very important to this nation, especially to the Muslim community. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.